had me at hello. 'Cause where you go is where I go. I don't need nobody else. I got you, and you got me too.
Hey guys, Nick Smith challenged myself and Tom O'Neill to a very interesting challenge, and I'm down at the lake today trying to fulfill that. So it's really different. He wants us to get a series of 5 pictures and spell our names out, our last names, with the different shapes that we have in the pictures. So he has done one before that said macro, and it was just a series of objects, 5 different pictures, one kind of in the shape of an M, another in the A, R, C, A, C, R, O. So this time I have to take 5 images, L, E, R, C, H, and put them into an arrangement that spells out my name. But I'm not taking pictures of letters. I'm taking pictures of things that are down here at the lake. This should be really interesting. I've decided that this is my spot. There's lots of people out. It is a gorgeous day. It's finally not as hot today. So I'm going to work with this spot. And I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do.
You will see me flying high, staring into your blue eyes. We don't need nobody else. I got you, and you got me too. I've been saving you, and you save me too. Yeah, I need it. Don't you need me too? 'Cause I need you. Yeah, so call me anytime that you need a favor. Call me anytime I can come and save you. Oh, oh. Call me anytime that you need a friend, and call me anytime when you're at a tight and you. I got you. Ooh, 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 ooh.
You got me, got me.
This is definitely going to be challenging. I'm looking at the rocks and I'm thinking that maybe that might hold some potential. They are in all sorts of different shapes and sizes, and they're simple. I like that. That's beautiful. I had an idea with flowers for the sea, but there's no flowers here. I think my biggest challenge will be finding the E and the H. And if I had somewhere with brickwork, then I could probably figure out the H. But that's okay. Gotta get creative, right? So basically, I forgot to bring my macro lens. I was going to do a macro challenge. So basically, I'm using the 16 to 35, and it's so sharp and everything that I think I will be able to get in close enough to my subject and then crop in my post-production. We'll see. Which means I want to have a pretty sharp photo, and I've got my tripod with me. I'm on ISO 100 and about f8. I like f8 because there's no distortion really, there's no vignetting when you get to your images afterwards, but that may change depending on what I find and what I want to shoot. I may change that setting. Okay. I've decided that instead of going wide, I'm going to go with my 70 to 300. Back up a bit and then really zoom in on my subject. It's not macro, but it will get me closer to the rocks and the other things that I find. Okay. Okay, first letter down. I am shooting straight down on top of the rock and the patterns that are on the rock. And ISO 50 because I'm on a tripod, why not? Might as well get the extra quality. F5.6, 1/90th of a second. Looks kind of cool. All right, let's try and find an L. No L's. Let's walk down the way a bit. So I see these roots here on the ground and I passed them over at first because I thought that's not going to work with this lens. I'm not going to be able to get high enough and far enough back to get this, but possibly if I switch back to the wide angle lens, I have sort of a curving L here with this, see it? With this trunk. We'll see. I like the idea of all of the letters being nature. Okay, so here's an example of having to change that aperture setting that I was telling you about. I did go with f8 and a much slower shutter speed. So ISO 50, f8, 1/8 of a second. However, there are some leaves in the foreground and at 1/8 of a second, they're a complete blur because there's a breeze. So I took another image at ISO 400 and I took the part of the image with the leaves at f4 and 1/250th of a second, hoping to be able to blend them together if needed. Sometimes the foreground being a little bit blurry is a good thing, but in this case I'm not exactly sure, so I'm taking both pictures and then I'll see what I need to do. Okay, E. That could be difficult.
I'm gonna let the sun shine in today. I'm trying to make this darkness go away. I'll paint with colors and I'll sing until my lungs give out. I'm gonna let the sun shine in today.
I'm so excited. Is it just me or did I just find a perfect H with this tree trunk? I thought the H would be so hard, so I am going to get myself in there, in those vines, and take a picture of that H.
Open up my eyes so I can see the light. Oh, and I'll try to spread my wings so I can fly.
Awesome. I have an H. All right. Now back to E, right? So I have an L, a C, and an H. Let's keep walking.
I'm gonna let the past be through. And I will try to fix what has been broken.
I see some squiggly lines in the log, and I'm going to do that top-down shot again because it looks like an E.
Listen to the ocean, sunset, words are spoken, and I'll let my mind be carried by the waves. Oh, I will open up my eyes so I can see the light. Oh, and I'll try to spread my wings so I can fly. Oh, and the darkness starts to fade. Feels like things are gonna go my way. I'm gonna let the sun shine in the day.
Okay, so I have L, E, C, and H. All I need is an R. Nothing yet. Some really cool Inukshuk's. Ooh, driftwood, maybe? That last letter was handheld because there's no way that I could straddle the tripod and get high enough and all of that to get the right composition. But it's daytime, so it's not too bad. I think I was at ISO 250 f8 and 1/125th of a second or something like that. Yeah. Okay, I got it. So I think I have Lerch, and we're going to see how they go together. I would love to actually put them on my wall.
You had me at hello, 'cause where you go is where I go. I don't need nobody else. I got you, and you got me too.
You can ride out of the blue. I wanna do what you want to. We can leave and run away someday, someday. I've been saving you, and you save me too.
Nick, this was such a great idea and so creative. I want to thank you so much for including me in this challenge, and I encourage all of you to check out Nick Smith's channel if you haven't yet already, and Tom O'Neill is also participating in this challenge, so I will put the links to everyone's channels down below. And while I'm here, I just have to take a few more pictures. Thanks for coming along, guys, and I have to sit by the water. It's just gorgeous.
We can always make it through.
What we do is what we do.
I can take you anywhere, somewhere. We won't be scared.